Today's show is dedicated to Samuel Powell, mayor of Philadelphia during the 18th century, before and after the Revolution, and quite an extraordinary host. In his honor today, I'm making a forced cabbage, a traditional beef stew, some egg noodles, and a little bit of pepper chili. So grab your spider pots and join me for a taste of history. For our recipe today, the forced cabbage, we want to pick a nice, beautiful cabbage. We want to take the bottom off a little bit. We'll take out some of the outer leaves that may or may not have blemish. Inserting a fork or any kind of a tool that you want to have at home to make it a little easier. And I add it into the boiling water. What I want to do is get it soft enough for me to pick up the leaves. Forced cabbage, by the way, is an interesting name because force comes from farci, from French, which really means stuffing. This is a dish that would have been most likely served a lot because it's a relatively quickie dish, comes together easy, and everybody has the ingredients. Before I start my mix, I'm going to just take a little bit of rendered schmaltz into my spider. This happens to be pork schmaltz, but you don't have to. You can use goose schmaltz, pork schmaltz, anything goes. I'm going to just add this into it. Remember, you just want to get it under fire, not long at all, just a little tad, to get the acidity out of the onion. When you make this dish, you could just put the onion also fresh if you eat it immediately, but if you let it sit, the onion might ruin your recipe. Now what I have here, I have ground pork and ground beef, and voila. I take a couple of eggs in here. And I have some parsley already chopped. Salt and pepper. And now comes the interesting component of this dish. So far, it's been done many times and many cultures have different recipes. What's unique about it today is that we take the rib or the stem, whatever you want to call it, of the cabbage that we're going to do later. You take those pieces and you're going to chop those. And we're going to add it right into the mix. My onions are ready. I'm going to put them on a plate. The onions you want to make ahead of time because it's much easier than worrying about them to be cool because you really don't want them hot in your mixture. All right. So this cabbage is perfect. I mean, you can see my firepower I have for that. So all you want to really do when it's at this level, you want to peel the leaves off and let them get cool a little bit so you can work them. Now my onions are cool enough so I can add it into the mixture. And now all I want to do is mix it up really, really good and let it sit up for a little bit. The only thing missing is my green onions. Just want to chop it really quick. Right in there, really not much. All right. The mixture is basically done. So one thing you want to make sure that your cabbage leaves are nice and cold before you're going to start stuffing them. And also the mixture, let it set up for maybe a couple hours in the refrigerator so it ties it nice together. So you want to lay in the cabbage, the leaves, add the mixture into it, like about so, and then you're going to fold it over, really no difference than an egg roll. And voila, just like that. Look how simple, very easy. What makes the dish unique later is that we're going to top this with a pepper chili, which makes it really interesting. So here I go, one more. Okay. Goes like so, fold them in. Here we go. If at home, obviously, just put them in a sheet pan, stick it in the oven, 325 degrees, about 15 to 20 minutes, they should be done. Today, we're going to put them in our Dutch oven. A little bit of schmaltz in here. All right, so I just put them in, I put them upside down, the schmaltz. And once you cooked it and you get a little too much heat at your home, at your oven, a little water would be the best thing to do. It doesn't need anything else. I'm going to hang this on the fire. And you don't want to give it too much of a heat, but a good amount of heat, because you want the cabbage to cook the meat inside. So here I go. Pepper jelly, which seems to be, obviously some people don't like me to talk about it because they want you to buy it, but I want to show you how easy it is. You take apples with the seed and the core in there, because the pectin, what makes the jelly, is in the apple. For extra heat, here we go. You put it on the oven, you let it cook until it's completely falling apart. Then you get strained through a cheesecloth, let it sit up, and the end result is just like so. Put it in the spider, put in my sugar and my water. The cabbage is ready. Let me go get it. And also you see my pepper jelly coming nice. This here. Just like that. Beautiful. All right. The aroma is just absolutely spectacular, this dish. It absolutely is gorgeous. Now, a couple of things you can do. In the typical 18th century style, you could just serve it like that, or you might do what I'm doing right now. Just cut them in half and set them up like so. Here we go. So I'm going to take a little bit of the pepper jelly, and I'm going to put just a little bit on the cabbage roll itself, just a tiny bit. Little parsley on the side. In the meantime, while I'm doing that, my apple jelly in the back is cooking away. All you want to do is let it cook down until the apples completely break apart. And you strain it out over a cheesecloth, let it sit up, and it sets it. And it's the pectin in the apple that gives you the jelly effect. But now that my handiwork is completed, let me taste this simple but spectacular dish. Oh yeah, spectacular, simple, comfort food at its finest. You heard me talk a lot about Samuel Powell and how much appreciation I have for him. One of the great Renaissance men, a great host. Let's visit his spectacular home in Old City, Philadelphia.
Walter, what a surprise. Come on in. Of course, if this were Mr. Powell's time, one of the 14 servants would have admitted you and not Mr. Powell directly, but they would have ushered you into this office if you were here to pay your rent. He owned about 100 pieces of property. He was one of the wealthiest men in America at the time. Mr. Powell, of course, would have used this scale that Benjamin Franklin brought back from Europe, because in those days money, of course, was worth its weight in the metal, copper, silver, or gold coins. And before people paid you, sometimes they'd shave a little bit off the edge, or they'd clip it. Why don't we step into Mr. and Mrs. Powell's dining parlor? This is practically the only dining room in colonial America. And of course, the lower class had no separate room to eat in. In winter, they often ate in their basements, which was where they cooked, and it was the warmest room in the house.
So that's where the magic happened.
Oh, absolutely. George and Martha loved this room. They even got design ideas from the room. They liked this wallpaper, believe it or not. They had 2 rooms in Mount Vernon done in something similar. Why don't we move over further to the dishware? According to the lore in the Powell family, this was a gift from the Marquis de Lafayette to Mrs. Powell. They have proved that it was custom made in Paris in 1793. They haven't yet found any documentation to indicate that it came from Lafayette. He was a frequent guest here and an overnight guest, and he may very well have shared the dishware with Mrs. Powell when he came back in the 1800s to get paid by Congress.
I had recently a conversation with the General Lafayette up in Monticello, and he told me it was a gift. So.
All right, there you are. He is channeled to you. That's what we need. And of course, there are these remnants of the gift set that the Washingtons gave the Powells, this Chinese export. After all, the Powell House is the house that Washington visited the most of all the houses in Philadelphia, according to his own records. And George spent almost his whole public career in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. George liked to live large, and this is one of the places he did it. Samuel and Elizabeth Powell really catered to him. Now, of course, John Adams, he complained about the food here. Of course, he complained about everything. And he writes in his diary, September 1774, another sinful feast at the Powell House. Couldn't believe his eyes or his stomach. He came from a Puritan city, got down to Philadelphia, and we were living it up. But there were reasons why they called John Adams his rotundity.
Well, absolutely. Well, you and I.
That's right. We have indulged ourselves in
I remember, never trust a skinny chef. I told you that. What I'm going to show you right now really quick is a very easy marinating process. And there's many different recipes and many different recipes you can use. The simple one is the beef as you cut it, as I mentioned, any size you like. Put it in a glass bowl. You want some onions you cut really coarse, a couple of bay leaves, and a few carrots. Carrots gives a nice little flavor to it, and that's basically it. Now, some people will tell you to put salt and pepper. I recommend not. Pepper, yes, but no salt. A little bit of pepper in there, coarse ground, just like so. And now, all you want to do is put a red wine over. This particular red wine, in this particular marinade, we're not going to discard. Marinade is almost done, sprig of thyme, and now you want to put this in the refrigerator overnight, ideally. Now I'm going to take a little bit of any you can use pork you want to use. Now, if you want to omit it because you don't want any pork with your beef, then you just don't have to add it on at all. But it adds tremendous amount of flavor. What you want to do is you want to put a dachi on a big, nice hot fire, like I got going here. I'll let this get nice and hot. The marinade doesn't get discarded because usually you hear me talk about discarding a marinade. But since it's wine and it's very expensive, what you want to do is you're going to take it and strain it into a small pot, like I have here, and boil it. Please make sure that you boil it really good, okay? Put it on the fire, and it'll be boiling in no time. I told you, you need a hot pot for this dish, and hot it is. So what I'm going to do, I'll have some of my lardons or bacon or fatback or whatever you want to use, throw it right in the pot. There we go, look at that. I have some quick onion that I'll just really coarsely chop, real coarse. And here we go, in the pot it goes. So now I'm adding in I just want to remove the sprig of thyme so it doesn't burn, and I want to put the meat. Oh yeah. It goes under fire. Most important thing is right now I have some little pearl onions, which is really tiny onions that I already peeled. Throw them in there. Mushrooms, I just with their button mushrooms like that. Cremini, just whole. Salt now. A bit of garlic. A couple of bay leaves. A little bit of paprika. Very generous with the wine. Plus we have the wine the marinade will be cooked, and the fire goes. The marinade which has been boiled, put it right into the stew. Here we go. Everybody else in the world has its name. For some reason we just decided to make it allspice because it's been used in so many recipes, obviously in savory and in sweet. Now all you want to do on this one here, you want to crack it. But you really want to crack it last moment, and you really don't ever want to buy this already ground. That would be the worst you can do, because once you buy this ground, it loses its flavor completely. Let me get this 60-pound pot over here. That's why I have a drainer, by the way, and no joke. Look at that here, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to put this back on the fire. I'm going to first though, I'm going to taste and make sure I have enough seasoning in there. Let me see that here. Oh, it's just wine, onions, mushrooms, and beef. How can you go wrong with that? So let me show you this is done. Your brown sauce, add into it, and you stir it up, and you're in business. Put it back on the fire for maybe another 15 to 20 minutes. And my garnish today, which is something very unique, it's the horseradish, which is unique because it grows all winter long, inside in the root cellar in the sandbox, just like that. And the longer and the older it gets, the even more powerful it gets. So all you want to do, you got a piece of this guy off, the sides off, and basically what you want to do, you want to cut it thin as possible, whether by hand or on a kitchen machine, whatever you might have. You want to put it really, really, really fine. Just about like so. The finer the better. I got some oil on the fire already. I'm just going to check if the temperature is right. All right, I'm going to put this in the oil. Notice I took a large pot with very little oil. So you just want to go there with a ladle, and you take it out, put it on a plate with a kitchen towel or paper towel, just to get the excess grease off. Same with Powell's House, you would have used classical service dishes. Like this particular dish that we're using today is what they call, it's a French stew dish. What's unique about it is that it holds, first of all, it holds the temperature. The fried leek, I put it right on top. Isn't it beautiful? The horseradish I just put on there will stay like that. The beauty of fried horseradish has very little liquid in it, so when you fry it, but be careful when you do this the first time. Check on the temperature, meaning the heat. It's a serious, intense heat because the horseradish is already spicy cooking. So I put it on the plate. And now, this is how this dish would be served. Let me taste a little bit, make sure my handiwork is good. Sam Powell will be proud of me. That beautiful, rich flavor, the wine, the vegetables, the leek on top. What a spectacular dish. While I'm making the accompaniment to the traditional beef stew, which is egg noodles, I want you to experience what it was like at the Sam Powell's house and some of the big events that he hosted.
Why don't we step into the ballroom of the Powell House? This wonderful room is not the original except for the floor. This is the original red pine floor, 3 inches thick, but the walls were sold off to the Philadelphia Museum of Art. We were able to reproduce it and show just what it did look like. They were all here. Thomas Jefferson, who was an avid violinist, he is very likely to have played his violin here. After all, there was a lot of music taking place here, and since the Powells were Anglicans and they gave the best parties, they obviously would have had musicians here. Many of the dances and concerts took place in this room. George Washington danced here many times. In fact, there is a copy of a letter on the music stand in this room from Sally Bache, Benjamin Franklin's daughter. And she writes to her dad and she said, "Dad, the other night I danced with General Washington in the ballroom of the Powell House." Walter, why don't we step into the withdrawing room? This is kind of the guys' place. And here the men could relax, they could play cards, they could smoke, they could unbutton a couple of buttons in their vest if they've been eating and drinking too much, which is also very likely. Speaking of the men in this room, this is a silhouette of George Washington. Actually, they called it a shade. Mr. Powell learned to do this, and there was a period when he had George Washington here as a guest for tea. George didn't think it was a very good likeness. You notice the double chin. But he was not the only great celebrity in the room at this time. In addition to George Washington, at the very same tea, the most famous man in America and Europe at the time, a fellow named Benjamin Franklin. Martha Washington had the habit of giving sewing tables to her relatives when they got married and to their best friends. This is the Martha that she gave to Mrs. Powell. So Eliza Powell, perhaps George Washington's best female friend next to Martha, is credited with convincing George Washington to stand for a second term. Supposedly, according to the lore in the family, he gave her his spurs because she had spurred him on.
Well, I was going to tell you one thing. Thank you for making him stay a second term, because I've not made it without him, you know that.
Absolutely.
What ever happened to Sam Powell?
Samuel Powell, her husband, that shows up actually in this portrait, painted in 1793, the yellow fever epidemic, the first of many that hit Philadelphia. Among other people, Samuel Powell himself died. And then the painter turns this into a grief portrait and adds the purple sash.
Ed, as a chef proprietor of the City Tavern, I cannot thank you enough for bringing Sam Powell to life.
Well,
I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, you're quite welcome. I'm glad to collaborate in this venture. I'm honored myself. I've been a fan of the show and a fan of yours, and I think every time you cook something at City Tavern, you bring all these people to life.
Egg noodles would have been done many, many a times in 18th century America because it came together relatively quick. Once you had flour, once you had eggs, you were in business. But egg noodles were just not egg noodles. There was many different variations of it. The one we're doing today is what we call a large country-style noodle. Thomas Jefferson, when traveling to the north of Italy, fell in love with pasta. Actually, he had the first pasta extruder sent to him to Monticello. So this kind of is a variation of the many different pastas as we know today. I want to show you quickly how it's done. It's not complicated. Just take all-purpose flour. Important is all-purpose flour. Don't take cake flour. Cake flour doesn't have enough gluten to stick. You can always use egg and egg yolk. In my book, I recommend to take, like, if you take 3 eggs and a yolk, or 2 eggs and a yolk, it's maybe nicer. The trick on that is, what I will show you in a second, is a little salt goes in there, and then the flavor that is very important is the nutmeg. And the nutmeg, obviously, again, came from the West Indies. It's used in a lot of European cooking, but it's used throughout 18th century. Gets a unique flavor into it. You want to make sure that you be very, very careful as far as adding in any kind of water to it. Many recipes will tell you just add water, but you want to be careful because eggs come in different sizes and shapes. Sometimes you buy an egg that is like AA, has more liquid than a regular egg or a small egg. So you want to make sure of that. So you want to mix it up together. Here we are. You're going to mix it up really good. And then the most important part in making noodles, which is actually the same for ravioli, for that matter, it's the same exact dough. If you want to make ravioli or you make lasagna, same thing. You want to make sure you let it rest. Resting is very important because when it rests, the gluten kind of gets reawoken and comes up and gives you the right consistency, like about so. That is the consistency that you're looking for, just like that. And all you want to do, you want to just take it, roll it out any size you like. Ideally, if you want to do it, have them dry, like that. Otherwise, I made them early this morning. Cut them up in strips and let it dry. I'm going to put this in the water while I come back to that. 1 second. And fresh egg noodles don't take any time to cook at all. If you want to just roll them out, you just roll them quickly. And any thickness you want, you just roll them and cut them. Outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Dutch country, they make them into dumpling, which is basically a thicker piece like so. Or you cut them like we just did now here in that shape. Done. Now, if you make that and you're not going to eat it right away, you want to shock them, maybe a little cold water over and some oil to make sure, and then when you need it later, when dinner is served, you're just going to reconstitute it, which is really easy. You just kind of, but those ones here are perfect. Oh yeah. The difference when you make a homemade noodle, obviously, is that they look homemade, which is the whole idea. So they don't look like come out of a package, which is the beauty of it. I have some little chives that I chopped already around it, and it would be the perfect accompaniment to today's dish. And I am sure that Mr. Powell, how well I know him, would have served this many times. And let me recap my meal today. We have our forced cabbage, we have the beef stew, traditional beef stew, and we have the noodles next to it. Beautiful meal. Nice comfort food. Samuel Powell was quite a host, and I'm sure that he would have never served this beef stew or close to a beef bourguignon without the appropriate wine. So I want to toast to Samuel Powell and a taste of history.